Hello and welcome back to the Lump Job podcast, where every match has its price. This is the first ever long shot special edition of the pod, created to celebrate the World Cup final. So we hope you enjoy the discussions on the episode as we search for some real value in the betting markets. Tonight we'll be looking back at the World Cup semi-finals, reviewing our previous picks and briefly discussing some of the tournament's biggest moments. We'll also be revealing our £100 competition winners bet. And of course, we'll be giving you our long shot selections for the World Cup final. Before we get started, if you're enjoying the podcast, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Spotify, and give us a follow at the Lump Job Pod across all of our social media accounts. It's completely free, and with every follow, like, subscription, and so on, it really does help us reach more fans and grow the podcast. As always, all picks discussed are for entertainment purposes only and should not be considered betting advice. Please gamble responsibly and only bet what you can afford to lose. Now, let's get on to episode 9 of the podcast. Thanks.
You are now listening to the Lump Job podcast, where every match has its price.
Hello and welcome to episode 9 of the Lump Job podcast, where every match has its price. I'm your host Connor, and tonight we have got another full house on the line. So I'm here with Andy, Steve, Chrissy, Corey and Fraser. Lads, how we doing?
Not bad, my man. How are you?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. There was a wee night out last night that I think the full LJ panel were part of that I was not. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it out. How was that night out for the lads?
I must say I'm a bit worse for wear, but I think Stevie boy in the corner there looks worse.
Can we get a
I've
void
been
check,
better as
Steve?
well, man.
And he stuck his
It was a good night, but I stupidly woke up and started drinking again. And they're fucked.
Well, you can just chip in when you're required, Steve, my man. Feel free to take a back seat, mate, if you're feeling
Thanks
worse
very
for wear. Just before we get it, in fact, before I jump the gun, anything else to call it for the night other than good night all round? A bit worse for wear this morning, but we're all hanging in there, apart from Steve. Corey, you good?
I can't even remember watching the game, to be honest.
Right. Okay then. Before we go on to the football, let's touch on some of Jinky's picks from the previous episode for the Open that kicked off today. I should say teed off. Looking at some of Jinky's picks, they're all doing really well, to be honest. Morikawa is 3 under through 17. I did back him each way, which is a decent bet. Getting a positive cash out for that at 28-1. Christopher Wrightan is 1 under. Finished 1 under, and Chris Botterup finished level par. So no disasters from just the 3 of Jinky's picks for the first round. He obviously did mention that it'd be worth Fleetwood to be first round leader. He finished 1 under, which came close but did not land. We did have a few of the panel members pick a few picks, and that was Brooks Koepka and Ludwig Aberg. Sorry, I've just unstarred them on live scores. Fraser, Corey, how are they doing, mate?
I'll maybe need to start banking the guest. Apologies there, Jinky boy. I keep going against him, keep getting it wrong.
Brooks Koepka, but Corey seems to be doing okay.
He started well. He's playing really well with his irons, but he's hardly holding today. But he's just birdied 16 and 17 to go -1. You can't win it in the first day, but you can certainly lose it. So it's good to see he's in contention.
Aye.
Also, I got him. It's ended up going off 66 to 1. I think I said 55 to 1 last week in the pod, but I get 66 to 1 Sky Bet yesterday.
Tasty. And Colin Morikawa has just bogeyed the last hole to go finish 2 under. So thanks for that, Colin. Live on.
Can I get worse timing?
Right. Okay. Let's do a quick debrief of the 2 semi-finals, and we'll have a wee mention of the bets. So I think we'll start off with the France-Spain game. I think that 5 out of 6 record maybe went to my head. I was getting a bit big for my boots because how wrong was that to write off Spain? Obviously, I tipped Spain to win that game. France to win that game at 13 to 10, but Spain absolutely passed them off the park. What do you think of that game on Tuesday night?
Let Andy take that one. He called it better than you, to be honest, Connor, didn't he?
Nah, he did. Andy?
I don't even know what to say. But it is. I took obviously France as well. But again, Spain just passed them off the park and were the far better team, as everybody's seen.
I did Spain to qualify, both teams to score, and I can't believe France was the one that let it down now.
Mate, I did not see France not scoring. Andy, you're a bit lively for the pod tonight, mate. Do you want to calm down?
I just...
We're going to be up at 4:30 for work. I'm honestly struggling here, but I felt like with France, they were gutless, no heart, no determination. They were just miles off it. They just get passed to death and they didn't look interested.
They chucked it, but I just thought Spain looked a lot more balanced, and they were actually better in every department: defence, midfield, and attack. And when Saliba went off, France fell apart even more.
I don't think anyone could have called that, to be honest, how bad France played and how good Spain played.
I know we should have seen the head-to-heads, to be honest. Spain beaten them the last 2 years and a semi-final, but we'll get caught up with France.
I think it just shows you how important it is to have 2 good midfielders. Like Rodri and Fabian Ruiz were outstanding, man. In contrast, fucking Rabiot and Chukeme were hopeless.
They were a disgrace.
Elise, I've never seen a player let folk just walk past. Well, I have never seen a professional player let players just walk past him with the ball, and he didn't even attempt to make a tackle at all. It was insane.
If you'd done that amateur, you'd probably get whipped off.
I get a bit of stage fright. I think it just totally fell apart once Spain scored. They all started panicking, then Mbappe and that, they all chucked it, didn't they? They all threw the toys at the pram.
Did you not mention Elise done that in Champions League as well?
Nah, it just had a stinker in the semi-final more than anything, and nullified them, but that one he just kind of got overawed or something. He just chucked it, didn't he? But
it was strange.
The two biggest games of his life, he's been really poor. This semi-final and the home leg to PSG's fell apart after being brilliant up to it.
But Spain were outstanding. France were stinking. Last thing on the France game before we move on. The team selection I thought was also all wrong. Particularly starting Rabiot over Kone, who I thought has been superb. And then I thought it took them far too long to take Elise and Digne off at fullback. But anyway, let's not dwell on it. Spain are through, deserved winners to be in the final. Next game was England versus Argentina last night. What a game. The Argies do it again. Only turn it on when they're 1-0 down. So, Chrissy, your bet was only bet to actually land from the previous episode, mate. Both teams to score.
Aye, congratulations, lads. So is it?
Well done, lad. Well done.
Philip.
Where was Bellingham?
They went to be seen, I don't think.
Fraser, you want to give us that wee song again?
No.
Nah. I can't believe it didn't go to a draw, but I can't believe they lost the 2 goals in the last 5 minutes. I thought the draw was got to come in as well, but That was a bit greedy then, I guess.
I was gonna put it in the chat, but I never even bothered trying to explain because I knew you wouldn't believe me. But I tried to stick 12 quid on Martinez to score when he was coming on as a sub, and I put second goal scorer. So I put him on as I might have put him on any time, but I put him on second goal scorer, and then obviously
Enzo scored
the equaliser before it, and then when fucking Martinez scored the winner, I was like, "You bastard!" But I don't know what price I would have got because it was only £12. But anyway, he seems to always come on and score.
Good impact.
Martinez up front. Aye, he's a good impact player, but I would be choking for a start if I was him.
To bring up the fact that England, what the fuck was that? The decisions all about going defensive. That is fucking amazing.
Aye.
That low.
Can I let Argentina just line up and take shots for half an hour?
They do it every time. They done it at home in the Euros. They scored in the final after a minute and they sat in the rest of the game. They done it against Spain once they equalised after pushing. I know Tuchel's getting all the blame, but it's the players in all big time.
They've done it against Mexico and Norway, who are.
I know.
But Jesus Christ, man, that is what you call making an absolute cunt of it.
No, I think they had like six or seven defenders on at one point, and they're trying to chase the game.
Konza for Gordon was the first sub, a right back or centre back for left wing. 72nd minute.
Man.
Do you not remember?
No, honestly, I
Get on. I didn't think you watched it.
Back to the telly and that.
Aye.
If Bellingham did score an assist, I'd have been on the table doing that song.
Is it the final straw for Thomas Tuchel? Is that him?
Nah.
Well, he's just done a press conference there and basically blamed the players and says it's in the English DNA, so he's just chucked them under the bus right there.
Did he?
Seen it on Sky Sports News just as I was coming out of the room to do the pod.
He's away then.
Once a payoff, aye.
The fans hate him, the players hate him.
How chance you got?
We all love him.
If you pick that squad and then you don't go and win it, then it's always going to come back and bite you.
Aye. Right, okay. Well, Spain, Spain, Algiers final, lads, on Sunday. I'm sure it will be a cracker, and we've got plenty of long shots lined up for that game, which we're looking forward to hearing. Just before we get on to the bets, just a quick mention or a quick look back at the World Cup. Any memorable moments from anyone of this World Cup? It's not been, hate to put a dampener on, it's not been the best World Cup. I must say, I think the hydration breaks have been pish. It's totally changed the sport. The dynamics of the halves, it's fucking turned into 4 quarters. Another key one for me is obviously Cape Verde's wonder goal against Argentina. That was an absolute cracker. Any other memorable moments from the panel?
Messi's hat-trick. That was class.
For me, it's a bit too long. It's like an extra 10 days in the last time. You're getting sick of all the games, to be honest. They're just from the pish.
Aye. And another one I've got noted here is the ref sending off that Paraguay player for covering his mouth.
The way I announced it, that was brilliant.
And last note I've got here, actually, I don't remember, one of my most favourite World Cup goals ever was Pavard's half volley against Argentina, actually, in the World Cup, where he slices it into the top corner. That's one of my most favourite goals ever. But I don't remember seeing many volleys in this full World Cup. Can you remember any volleys?
No.
I can't even remember much amazing goals.
But the ball is moving about. The keepers are struggling. Even like Pickford's getting stick, but I thought it took an extra wee zip past him. The ball is flying about. I'm surprised they're not shooting more.
Okay.
I think the Argentina comeback as well. That was one of the.
Aye. Yes,
that got the betting for the boys. So
that was that. You're right, Andy. That's the moment of the World Cup, just because how much we had riding on it.
And obviously Argentina could have been doing it, and obviously they're now in the final and possibly or could win still. So,
Agreed, mate. Agreed. Right, okay. So that is a look back at the World Cup. Next on the agenda is the competition winners bet. So on the last episode, we revealed that Paddy New won our £100 lump job competition, and he got to pick a bet to place in the World Cup for £100 that we would do for him. He gets to keep the stake and the winnings of that bet. So he sent that in, and Paddy Boy's bet is going to be Spain to lift the trophy, over 1.5 goals in the game and over 2.5 cards in the game. And that's coming in at 1.71 to 1. So for the £100, that gets you £271 back. And that all goes to Paddy Boy. Lads, what do you think of the bet?
That's safe for me, I must say. I'm going for a 5-10 to 1 shot there, try to win £1,000. But he's a wise man, young Pat.
Sorry, Pat. I love you, but you're an absolute shite bag.
I don't mind.
Solid.
I don't mind the odds at all, because obviously he's not put £100 in, so it's really an extra point at 3-1. But I'm just not sure about the cards, the way the tournaments went. But maybe the Algies will go mad in the final or something. They could lose the plot at the end.
I mean, I won't be cheering it on, Paddy, because I've got a pre-tournament bet on Argentina to win the full thing, so I'll be cheering on the Argentinian boys, but don't mind the bet, mate.
He's in Spain as well for the final, so that was one of the reasons I think he went for Spain, so that would be unreal if he's over there while they're partying. Add
to the atmosphere. Fair play, Patrice. Fair play.
Good luck, bro.
Right. Right, okay. That brings us on to our special long shot edition of the Lump Job podcast. And it's going to be our last picks of the World Cup before we take a short break. And then we will be back to it for the Scottish Leagues starting in August. We're looking forward to that, lads. A wee bit of normality, a wee bit of routine. Back to the bread and butter.
Aye, maybe Corey will get a bet up.
Aye.
Can I bring up that it was 4 for 4 again? Was that a lewd?
No.
Or was that a long time ago?
I'm looking forward to it, but the first week's going to be so hard with no form. I suppose you could go off the League Cup, but it's just really glorified pre-season friendlies.
Aye, that's the beauty of it. We know how it works. Hopefully, as the stats build up, as the league progresses, we're landing our lump jobs consistently. Back to the bread and butter, why we started this podcast in the first place, lads, right? Focusing on Scottish Fitbat and getting our bets landing. We did start this because it's just a bit of fun for the World Cup. So with that being said, we are looking to do this long shot special edition of the pod. Where we've went for longer odds in the final, just to have a wee bit of fun with it, give us some interesting picks to cheer on for the final on Sunday, which I think most of us are out for as well. So that'll be a good laugh, which I'm looking forward to. Weather forecast is clear skies and a hot temperature as well into the bargain. Final day they open as well, so it should be a belter of a day. Right, on to the picks. First up, I'll go with you, Corey, mate, because I know you've not been first very often in the episodes, mate, so I'll let you take it away.
Aye, well, that's 3 in a row I've went first, so.
Don't think it is, but
it is.
Is it?
Oh, God, Andy jumped in.
Andy went first the last one.
Aye, but I was meant to be first, so 2 out of 3. I went last the first 6 times before that, so don't worry. My lump job is going to be Alexis McAllister to score anytime at 10 to 1. For me, he's the most overpriced player in the market, considering he scored in the quarter-final against Switzerland and he hit the post, as you seen last night, twice against England in the semi-finals. He's averaging the same amount of shots as Enzo Fernandez in the World Cup at 1.9 per game, but he's 10 to 1 compared to Enzo at 7 to 1, so I think he's a value play. And also watching Argentina the last few games as the tournaments went on, I feel like Messi's now becoming more the creator than the goal scorer in the tighter knockout games and taking it upon himself. And Alexis is making great runs timed into the box, and there's nobody better than Messi to put it on his head. So for me, I think that's the value play of the anytime goal scorer market.
I really like it, but I didn't realise that Enzo Fernandez 71.
He's 7th.
That's massive, I know it.
I know. The two of them are massive. It was between the two of them, and maybe Porro for Spain at 12-1. But they're all big, and even Alexis goal or assist is 92. They're all big odds. Wow. Especially when you're considering Messi seems to be in the right now, just crossing the ball more than getting on the end of it against the weaker teams. I know. I just went for the 10-1 over the 7-1, but they're both having the same shots, and Enzo's maybe just been a bit, but he's got a better conversion rate and a better shot on target rate. But
the post as well, didn't it?
That's it. The post doesn't count, obviously, in target, or they would be the same.
I like it. 10-1's big.
They probably factored in Spain's defence into it. They've only conceded 1 into the price, haven't they? So that'll be why.
No, he does crop up with big goals, Alexis.
Aye, definitely. Okay. The goal against Switzerland's a good header, and then he seems to be brilliant at headers as well for only been 5'9".
He's been getting on a lot of headers.
I think he's had the most headed shots on target at the tournament.
Has he? Aye.
Everybody, aye.
Wow.
Sick.
Aye, it does. Okay. Any other thoughts on Corey's bet?
I quite like it.
No, other than we rate it. 10-1. Not to be scoffed at. Okay. Thank you, Corey, my man. I guess that kind of leads us on to my long shot lump job, which I'll take us through. So I've got a double here lined up, and that is both Enzo Fernandez and Pedro Porro to each have 1 or more shots on target from outside the box, and that double's coming in at 33-1 on Bet365.
Wow.
For that double. So just on kind of why I picked this bet, the criteria for me, if you're going to pick players to hit a shot on target for outside the box, there's a few things for me you need to consider, right? So because we're picking this early before the teams are out, firstly, will the player start? Does the player like to shoot? Thirdly, what position do they play? I wouldn't necessarily put this bet on for a centre forward who's going to be in the box a lot. And then obviously lastly, do they like to shoot? This is a kind of a bonus point, but do they like to shoot from outside the box? So that's the kind of things I've considered here. So if we take Enzo Fernandez first, will he start? So he started every game, bar the game against Jordan when Argentina had already qualified. Across those 6 games, he's had more than a shot per game. So he does like to shoot. He plays midfield, which is deep enough for me. Like I say, I wouldn't put this on a centre forward. And then out of all these shots, he's actually hit 4 from outside the box. 3 of those 4 have actually been on target. And we've seen it last night with that superb goal against England. And I think the fact that he did score that, he's going to be encouraged by Scaloni and his teammates to shoot on sight against the Spaniards, especially when you're not going to get much chances against them. So with all that in mind, I think 41 for just a shot on target from outside the box, a decent price for Enzo Fernandez, but to get some real bang for your buck, Enzo to hit actually 2 shots on target from outside the box is a massive 28-1, and that actually landed in the England game. So I've also had a wee small play on that as a super single, but the bet for the pod is the double. So like I said, 41 for the single Enzo Fernandez. I've doubled that up with Pedro Porro for Spain. So again, just looking at the criteria, will he start? So Pedro Porro started every game since Spain's shock draw against Cape Verde, where they started Llorente at fullback. After that, he got dropped and they started Porro every game. Surprisingly for a defender, Porro likes a shot. So he's had 7 shots across 6 games he's played in. So he's obviously averaging more than a shot a game, and he's actually scored 2 goals already in the tournament. What position does he play? Is he deep enough? Fullback, excellent for shots outside the box. 3 of the 7 shots that he's had have actually been outside the box. However, only 1 of those have been on target, and that's where you're getting your value here. So the single for Pedro Porro to have a shot on target outside the box is 61. But for me, the main criteria is here, is he going to have a shot in the game? So it looks like he is, and it's most likely going to be from outside the box. If you do want a more technical player, Rodri is the same price, 61 for a shot on target outside the box. He's obviously more likely to hit the target, but his shot volumes are much lower. He does not hit as much shots as Pedro Porro, not in this tournament anyway. So that brings the double to a lovely 33-1 for each player to have a shot on target from outside the box. Obviously, in Bet365, that does also include extra time. You're wanting Fernandes to get his in the 90 minutes, but because he does tend to come off and does get replaced with fresher legs in midfield, but Pedro Porro does tend to play the full 90, and if it does go extra time, I'd expect him to still be there in that solid back line. And lastly, since we're on long shots, if you really want to get into long shot territory, we've already spoke about Alexis McAllister and having a headed shot on target. If you add that onto this double, you get a massive 100-1. So that's a nice wee novelty bet to have a treble on the 2 shots on target outside the box, and then McAllister headed shot on target. A wee quid gets you £100 back. And then just a note, I think we've already mentioned it, but Alexis has had a headed shot on target in the last 2 games against Switzerland and England. So that'd be a nice wee laugh. But obviously the double is the shots on target bet, 33-1, lads. Sorry, I know that was a lot.
Can we pause the pod so I can go and get that on the room, mate? That's a cracker.
I'm beyond the both of them, definitely.
I like it.
I like it, and I think I know you went into quite a lot of depth, but basically Messi and Jamal are both going to get doubled up on here, and it's going to give Porro and Fernandes so much space, and they're going to get their shots away, I think, for me.
Mate, that's a great point. I
That is.
wouldn't even thought about that.
I actually wish I had that in my notes. That is a great point, because especially Podro, especially Porro getting that shot away, because Jamal will be getting doubled up to fuck.
That's it, and he gets the room, aye.
Does Hero hit free kicks sometimes as well? Porro.
Doubt it.
He does. He used to hit them for Spurs.
I think you mean by
Aye.
kicks, Andy.
For Spain?
In Tottenham training, maybe, aye.
So I think he's telling Olmo and Jamal and that, get out the roof.
I mean, see, to be honest, right, you can look at all the stats you want. We've watched these players. They do. Porro's bombs up that right-hand side and does shoot like mad. I've noticed it. And just for watching them, I fancy it big time.
Aye. Okay, lads. So that is a massive 33-1 double. If you're feeling extra lucky.
Their prices don't last long, by the way. So I've seen people on Twitter tipping the kind of bets, and then on the game day it's right down. So if you're going to do that, get it in early.
Right, boys, stop what we're doing. I'm getting that on the road.
Good point, Chrissy, my man. Be quick, strike when the iron.
Aye, sorry to cut you off there.
No, not at all, mate. Right. Next, we'll go over to Steve, who's got an interesting scores bet for us. Steve,
He's still here?
how are you keeping?
I'm still alive. But my long shot job is for to be 0-0 at half time and 2-0 to Spain full time. No delved into it too much, but the 2 semi-final games, Argentina had 0 shots on target in the first half. Spain, they had 1 shot on target the first half, and that was a penalty. So I really fancy it to be a really cagey first half, no goals, and then I just think Spain have got the class. I think they'll go out fancy 2-0. Not be a doing, but I think they'll be in total control of the game, like they were against France. So, aye, that's what I'm fancy. 28-1. I think that was Bet365 and Unibet. You could get that.
That's class, mate. I like that.
It's a big price again, isn't it?
Aye, mate, massive. It's not often I'm on here saying that's a great bet, is it?
Cause we're at
Could
your
see
types of
it.
prices now.
Aye.
But I don't think you can write off the RGs, but you never know.
They've had a pretty easy run to the final, haven't they, Argentina, barring England. There's no really...
Aye,
it's
including
trendy.
England.
Aye.
Sorry,
Aye,
Finland.
I mentioned on the last episode about Spain's games being nothing each at halftime as well.
Aye, you did, aye.
So I think it's the halftime nothing each
Mhm.
is with it being the final. I think that's got a good chance of coming in, and then I guess it's just a case of who do you fancy to score next. I think a lot of people will fancy Spain to score in the second half, and then it's a case of Argentina try to come out and then maybe getting hit in the break potentially to make it 2-0. So absolutely, it's got a chance to come in, especially at 28-1, mate. A wee scuba diver gets you a healthy return.
It's a good long shot one. I've not seen really people doing the draw and then a correct score. I've not seen that combined before.
Aye. It's good that once get the first half of the road if it's nothing each. Good something to cheer on that.
Aye, definitely.
Nice one. Cheers, Steve, mate. Right, let's jump over to Andy. Andy, you've went down a different route, mate. You've went down Phil's one route for a wee bet builder style bet, mate.
Fouls and tackles.
Right.
This bet about 100 times, as you know, but I'm going to just change it again, so you don't actually know what it is. So I'm going to go Spain to win in 90 minutes. I've just got a feeling that I think the class, they'll just overpower Argentina. Same way they done with France, they'll just pass them off the park. And I think they've got the class up the field as well. I think they'll be one up at half time, to be fair, over Argentina. But also on this bet, I've got 3 tackles for Rodri. This has come in 4 out of 5 times. Again, his performance against France was outstanding. And also the way that Argentina play as well, with Messi and that on the break, he's going to need to probably sit in and probably do the dirty work as he usually does. I've also got Yamal for 2 fouls, 1. Again, he needs a big performance. But again, Argentina are aggressive and they like to target certain players, and I think he would be one of them. I've also got a Yarzabal to get 1 foul, win a foul as well. That's come in 3 out of 5 times, and with the aggression of the 2 Argentina centre halves, I think that's going to come in also. And Messi again to have 2 fouls, 1. That's happened 3 out of the 5 times the last 5 games. Again, I think we've got to watch Messi also. He's just electric. He walks about for probably about 75 to 80 minutes of the game, and for 10 minutes he just turns it on. The class is just amazing. That is coming in at 8-1 on Bet365.
Nice one, mate. Just before we get the panel's thoughts, can you just give us a quick rundown again of the, I think it's 5 selections?
Yeah, so it's Rodri 3 tackles, Yamal to win 2 fouls, Oyarzabal to win 1 foul, and Messi to win 2 fouls, which isn't a million miles away, but it's 8-1.
And Spain to win.
What's that, sorry?
And Spain to win.
Spain to win in 90 minutes, yeah.
Is that the same bet you posted? You've just added Spain to win as well?
Aye.
Aye, sound. I like that.
Without Spain, it's 92, isn't it, Andy?
92, but again, that's no me, mate. That's not a long shot.
I was actually going to ask what's the odds without the result.
Yeah, it's 92.
It's 92. I really like that, to be honest, mate.
That is a good bet. I don't really. That's not something I'd really go down as the fouls tackles, but when I started, obviously I spoke to Connor about it. It looked good when I started to do it, so I'm just going to go with it.
I've never done one of them before either, to be honest, mate. But
Usually
like the sound of yours.
cards, goals, and assists, man. So
I've won 3 bet builders this full tournament, and all 3 of them have had at least 2 players Phil's won on it. It's similar. We've all said that this tournament's been good for Phil's, and it tends to be players to commit Phil's, but obviously it works both ways. Players getting filled as well. Jeremy Doku was class for it. He was getting filled 3 and 4 times a game. So Yamal and Messi are in the same boat.
And his point about a Rafa ball against the 2 end defenders, that was a cracking pick that as well, to be honest.
See as well, Rodri has had, out of the last 5 games, he's had 5 tackles in 3 of them. So he's going to need to be the kind of pivot in the middle of the park. So you would think that would come in again. Do you know what I mean? Like Argentina.
Aye, definitely.
He's back at his best.
I was looking at Rodri's previous tackles one, and it was all just 4, 4, 3, 4. So
maybe get greedy with adding in Spain, but we might get it wrong again with the same thing with the France but I think Spain, the way they control games, they just pass the ball to death, and I think that kills the other team, because it's easier to keep your energy when you've got the ball, not when you're not got it. So
okay, nice one, Andy, mate. Thank you for that. Another interesting angle. We've got 2 fellas left. We've got the bet builder Chrissy left. Just before we come to you, Chrissy, with your BB, I know you are the bet builder king, so the listeners will be keen to hear what you've got on show for that. But we've got a nice wee card angle from Fraser first. Fraser, mate.
So I've went with a card double. I've went with Cucurella and Enzo Fernandez, both to get booked. That's priced at 12-1 on Bet365. There's higher odds elsewhere. I think I've seen 14-1, but Bet365, you get that extra time. It rolls into extra time, so I think for the sake of 12 and 14-1, you're as well just going with 365, to be honest. Cucurella, he's 3-1 is my first selection. He was booked in the last game. 4 in the last 12 he's been booked, his last 12 games, so that averages at 1 in every 3 games, which is pretty class, to be honest, for this bet. The fouls at the World Cup, I thought this would be better, to be honest. There was none, and then he had 2, then he had none, and then his last 2 he's had 1 each. So as I said, he likes to get stuck in. He's a bit of a nut job. So I thought the fouls would be a bit better, but again, he's probably most likely to maybe get even like a daft booking for Spain as well. So that's the first pick. Enzo Fernandez is 12-5. 3 in his last 12. He's been booked, so that averages at 1 every 4 games, which is not bad. His full stats for the World Cup is much more, much better than Cucurella's there. So it was 2, 1, 2, none, and then in the last game there was 3. So the double there, 12-1, quite fancy that.
I like it, mate. I do. I think I was the same as you when you says this bet. I had a wee peek at Cucurella's fouls, and I was like, "Is that right?" Because from memory, he's always fouling. Particularly watching him with Chelsea, he's always fouling anyway. With Chelsea, I know.
I was shocked, as I said, mate. Maybe a few's just getting played on. Do you know what I mean?
Spain's get so much of the ball.
They've just got the ball. They've had the ball.
That's a good point.
Argentina when they play in the break, so it might suit your bet.
I think I had to, Connor, you touched on it, guaranteed starters here because we don't know who's playing. Cucurella, he's a left back and he plays every game, and Enzo Fernandez is the 2 of them's definitely starting.
100%. The thing is, maybe not as much. Like you say, Fernandez is a bit of a nut job. He's always fouling. He's always good for a card, even in watching him playing in the leagues. But see Cucurella as well. He's really bad for dissent. He's always up and shouting at the ref and that. So I really like this, mate. 12-1. I shall be having a wee play on that.
Cheers, lad.
Any other thoughts on the card double?
I like it. They should be up against Messi, I know, then Cucurella. I know
Good
he kind of
point.
wanders about everywhere, but
Aye.
he will
Good.
be starting at the right.
Aye, good point, Steve, my man.
I think the refs have been fished for cards as well, no? But that's two players that you would think will be high in the list, definitely, to get booked.
Everyone says that, but I got a belter of a double up in the France-Norway game. I think it was too many in that Berg. It was like 60-1 or something, like a fiver on it. But I've just been doing like two players to get carded because the odds are so high. And quite often I'm getting one of them and waiting in the second. And as you says, the refs are getting a lot away, letting a lot play on, stuff like that. So I have been really close with a couple of them, and I have had a 60-1 up. So
Does this include extra time as well? Do you know?
aye, mate.
Massive.
On
Aye.
365 and Sky.
Aye. Which is huge. So are you actually with 365 on this? You're going to get extra time and super sub or sub on, play on, whatever they're calling it.
Yep.
Which is outstanding. Nice. Okay. Love it, my man.
Cheers.
Last but not least, we've got the Bet Builder King, Chrissy Turner, Gimbez Turner, as he's went by this World Cup. Mate, I know you probably land the most Bet Builders at MD on this. I think combined across the panel, we've probably no landed the same amount of Bet Builders as you have landed, my man. So I will let you take it away. No pressure. Let's hear it.
No pressure, lads. So it's 18-1 Bet Builders. You did say to try go for a bit higher odds, obviously. So, firstly, I'll just read all the selections first, then I'll go through them. So, Messi to score an assist, Rodri to commit 2 fouls, Paredes to commit 2 fouls, Romero to commit 2 fouls, and Yamal to have 2 shots on target. So, Messi has been involved in 12 goals so far, scoring 8 and assisting 4. Got 2 last night against England. Like Corey said earlier, he's becoming more a creator maybe in the later stages, so score and assist instead of just straight score. If Argentina score against Spain's defence, he's more than likely going to be involved. So that's why I've picked him. Rodri, 2 fouls. He loves a tactical foul to break up the play. He had 4 fouls against France. So I think he'll be the main breaking up a play, fouling Messi, Alvarez, who's trying to counter-attack. Paredes, 2 fouls. Similar to Rodri, he's going to sit in front of the back 4. He should have a busy night ahead of him. Yamal and Porro keep drifting into kind of central areas. And so they're probably Spain's most fouled players. And Paredes has made 2 fouls in each of his last 2 games. Romero, 2 fouls. He's probably their most aggressive defender. We all know that. Loves getting involved. Spain's movement and quick passing should have him make a few tackles and fouls. He's had at least 1 foul in the last 5 matches and 2 against England. He get booked for a tactical foul on Bellingham, just bringing him down at the halfway line, and he'll probably have to do something like that against a Yazabal or something like that. Almost can see that happening definitely. And he's one to just lose the rag, just 2-foot somebody if he's not going right. And then Yamal, 2 shots in target. He's had quite a few shots the tournament, 10 on target. He's only scored once this tournament, which is kind of disappointing for him, but he has obviously been creating. I think he'll be wanting to get in the score sheet just because it's the final. And I think he would just take a few shots whenever he gets a chance. He does love them from outside the box as well. So that's why I've picked all them. 18-1. Looks no bad. Your
Nice.
thoughts?
Nice, lad. I like it. The 3 players. So you've got Messi, goal or assist, Yamal, shots on target, and then the other 3 are they all fouls?
All fouls committed, yeah.
Aye, over 2 or more fouls each.
2 fouls, aye.
And who
I
was
like
that,
it,
sorry?
mate. I like it, mate. Romero, obviously a nut job. I had him on to get sent off last night against England. I can't remember the price, but it was a tasty price. He get booked, and then I was choking for him to get booked again, but that never landed. Obviously, Rodri speaks for itself, gets stuck in. And then Paredes, I've actually been really impressed with him. Watched him last night. Some of the tackles he was flying in with, I think he crunched a few folk 1 or 2 times in the middle of the park, mate. So I like
he
it.
just smashed Bellingham early as well, just take him out of the game a bit. So maybe they'll try that to some of the Spain players early on, you never know.
So I like it, mate. The three are kind of middle of the park, rumble and tumble, and then you've got your 2 attacking stars to score an assist or shots on target. So I like it, mate.
I've said this stat before, but Romero's never been sent off for Argentina. He plays right on the edge, but I think he's in control. He's still, as much as he's had so many for Spurs, he's still never had one for the
I was going
national
to say,
team.
how many has he had for Spurs? But is he no Spurs most centre-half player in history?
5 or 6, and it's always been on it.
I think
Every
he's
time's
Spurs
been
most
a
centre-half in history.
every time's been a tackle on a Brazilian. Aye. Everyone.
That's class. Nah, he was mental after the game. Did you see the videos? Just celebrating like fuck, like to Bellingham. But
Why did
mad? Some passion.
He-
Sorry, he broke up there.
Why did Bellingham slap that boy in the head? Like it was
Because he ran on and celebrated as a sub in his face.
He was.
I know. That was the plot.
I thought he had every right to do that.
You
Aye,
can't go
the-
running and celebrating their faces. I don't.
A substitute has never played a game. He can run on the middle of the pitch as a substitute
It was
in
like
his face.
7 minutes later, but he slapped him.
He never went into his face, did he?
I ran right past him, screaming he's a sub, going on the pitch.
Right. I've just seen the.
I sent it earlier.
I just seen the close up of him going and celebrating with his players.
No, it was fairly on in the game.
Right. Okay. That's a bit mad.
And he ran on when they scored, and then obviously at full time he's ran on again. And then
Bellingham.
slapped him. Maybe he said something, don't know.
Let's go on, Jude.
And obviously Bellingham speaks Spanish, so he must have said something to him.
Aye, so Christian Romero, 4 red cards he's had for Spurs. So since their Premier League era, he's tied as the most centre-half player with Kabul, Yunus Kabul, 4 each.
He's had one in Europe as well.
Aye, there you go. So, Afi's not with Spurs, plays on the periphery of being sent off for Argentina.
Like Yunus, a legend.
Yunus Kabul.
Any other thoughts on Chrissy's bet?
No, I like it.
I think it's a cracker and all, to be honest.
I quite like it.
I think, see, one point I will make, Messi score or assist is really short odds. I like the price of 2 shots on target.
The thing is, I did look at that, but I don't think he had any yesterday against England. So he was just out in the wing creating. So, like Corey said, they might be doubling up on him and he'll just make that pass or.
Aye, that's a very good point, to be honest, mate.
See what I've noticed, and this might be totally subjective, but what I've noticed, I spoke about how bad Argentina were against Egypt, and how they never had any wide players or they had nothing going wide, and Egypt were just defending their box and they couldn't do anything about it. What I noticed for Argentina against England is Messi was going. You've seen it with the goals. Messi was pulling right out right mid, and Alvarez was actually coming right out on the left side. I don't know if they've changed how they play in terms of their strikers coming wide to let midfielders run through the middle. But you seen it last night with Messi's crosses into the box for the right-hand side.
That's a very good point. See, for the start, I thought that's the way Argentina would play, with Alvarez out left, Messi out right, and Martinez up top. But they seem to have the 4 centre mids. It's somewhat like Scotland, isn't it? Just having all these centre mids. You're right, Connor. As soon as they change it, they look class.
Aye. So I think, see, to be fair, England have played a bit like in the sense that they've relied on Bellingham running deep for midfield and all. So it's an interesting one. But like Chrissy, your bet covers assists and all. And I think Messi, he never had any shots on target last night, but I think he assisted both of the Argentina goals. So
fair enough.
If you don't think Argentina are going to score, you could maybe go down that angle, but I think they will.
And he's on the
Spot on, lads. If it was picking mine, I would have went shots on target, but you've convinced me, Chrissy boy. I'll go you.
Love it.
See, On Skybet, I did notice a market for bet builders. I've not looked at it, odds for this, but it's something like shots created, so almost like an assist just for shots. So it doesn't if they score or just if
Aye.
they have a shot, it counts. That might be good for Messi. I've not
Good
looked
to
at any
hear.
odds of
understand that, to
I have seen it, but I've not backed at this tournament, to be fair. But I've
What is
seen
it, like a second assist?
No,
So
it's
you
like an
pass it.
assist, but it doesn't matter if they score or no. It's just as long as they get a
Oh,
shot.
right. Right, okay.
Assist a shot? That's fucking nuts.
Aye.
Sure you're not seeing stuff with that tequila?
No, Chris is backing me up there. He's
I'm
seen
only
it.
No,
joking.
I've actually seen that market, but I've never bothered going into understanding what it is. But it's quite interesting. You'd probably need to get a decent amount of them for a decent price. Messi shots created, fucking 14.
Get the keeper on to create a shot.
No, it's an interesting market. If the listeners have got a tasty shots created bet, please let us know in the comments. Also, this is our last episode of the World Cup, so please let us know in the comments if you've won any bets from panel selections. Let us know if you like any of these long shots, and lastly, let us know if you've got any long shots on your sell or any interesting markets. We want to hear from you. We always like hearing some of the markets that our listeners have got on. All right, lads, that concludes the final episode for the World Cup series that we've done. Are you sad that it's coming to an end?
The World Cup?
Aye, but it's been a lot of episodes in it.
Aye.
A lot of games as well, man.
Aye.
But it's been good laugh.
It's been fun. The tournament, I think with the tournament football, you get to explore all these daft markets because you're seeing players playing a game and then you're seeing them again in fucking 4 days' time and all that. It is good for a little bit of fun, which is why we've selected
Looking
this.
forward to no hydration breaks.
I know, mate, it's been killing. It's actually
Normal
been
football,
killing.
aye.
That's another thing, is the half time, no, like half an hour for this
Oh,
final.
aye, actually.
Fuck is going on?
30 minutes half time, Joe.
Shocking, innit? See, the
Like-
players will come back and end up like injured and that because they sit for like half an hour. I think they struggle, see, with the 15 minutes. Never mind half an hour.
One thing that I think has been good is VAR being used correctly on like Scotland. I'll not miss it when it's back to absolute chaos with Scotland in a couple of weeks.
Aye. That's a good point, Corey. I do agree with that, mate. I think the rest definitely need to get the fucking book out their pocket of this tournament, which they haven't been doing. But I agree, VAR's been good. VAR's been doing what it's supposed to be.
It's used correctly.
Aye.
Agree with that.
Agreed, lads, agreed. Okay, well, the next episode the listeners will see will be for the kickoff of the Scottish Premier League, which I think the first game is Rangers at the end of July. Is that right?
Friday night, Friday the 31st.
Friday night, the 31st, Rangers are kicking us off. So we will have an episode out before that for all the picks on the Scottish Premiership.
Will you be watching that, Andy boy?
What's that?
Will you be watching that?
I thought the champions were meant to kick the season off.
I know, that's in the Monday.
night.
The police can't trust you.
Aye, Monday.
And that is a good place to end the pod. Cheers, lads. Thank you very much.
You are now listening to the Lump Job podcast, where every match has its price.